What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're back with some more ESPN NEL 2K5 Packers franchise, and it's time to recap week number 4. The first matchup, you got Washington traveling to Cleveland to take on those Brownies, and Washington led by running back Clinton Portis, who put up 22 carries for $119. 3 touchdowns will help Washington get their first win of the season. They're 1-3. The Browns are 1-3. Marcus Stroud, he's going to be out for the next 7 weeks with a pulled calf muscle. Pulled calf muscles can easily turn into a torn Achilles, so be careful with those. Lavernius Coles, wide receiver out of Washington, he's going to be out with a bruised kidney. Ouch. 12 weeks for him to be out. Saints over the Cardinals. The Saints, 3rd win of the season. The Cardinals are 0-4. The 49ers, they get their first win of the season, beating up on those Rams. 1-3 are the Niners. Packers taking on those New York Football Giants in the rain at Lambeau Field. The Giants came in unbeaten, but after our man Ahman Green went to work, it was a done deal. 20-7 is the final on that one. Got to give love to Driver. 7 catches over 100 yards, plus a handful of touchdowns himself. Dolphins would beat up on the Jets. Steelers would fall to the Bengals. The Steelers 1-3. Rookie quarterback Ben Roethlisberger 16 of 36. The Bills over the Patriots. The Bills are 3-0. The Patriots suffer their first loss of the season. So let's head to sunny Jacksonville, Florida, where there's dark clouds looming because Peyton Manning has it off of the play fake, pump faking to the left, and then finding starving Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison, 4 catches, 54 yards, plus that touchdown. Manning, 146 yards, and that touchdown right there. Edgerrin James also ran for a touchdown. The Falcons over the Panthers. The Falcons, 4-0. Michael Vick tossed 2 touchdown passes, and Hall had a defensive touchdown in the ballgame. Now let's head to Chicago. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles fly. McNabb was like, I'd rather run. I'd rather stay on the ground, and he does work. About a 35-yard touchdown run for McNabb. He also went 23 of 35 through the air, 2 touchdowns through the air for 281 yards passing. Jerry Rice, 4 catches for 67 yards. The Raiders get their 2nd win of the season. The Texans are 1-3. The Broncos, they lose to the Buccaneers, The Broncos 1-3, Buccaneers 3-1. Ravens over the Chiefs by 3, and the Ravens are 3-1. Colvin, Tomlinson, Hubson, and McNabb are Boomer's prime time players. So now it's time to head to Lambeau Field for our game of week number 5. We are taking on Eddie George and those Tennessee Titans. Look at those numbers for Ahman Green. We're averaging 4.6 yards a carry. You know running the ball in this game is not my forte. It is not. But we're going to run the ball here with Ahman Green, and the Nebraska Cornhuskers going to pick up 5 yards there. 2nd down and 5. Brett Favre going to give it to him again, and the Cornhuskers going to get loose for a gain of 4, but we needed 5. So 3rd down and 1. Davenport in the ball game. He takes it up the gut. And look at this Packers rushing attack. Everybody will be proud, especially Vince Lombardi. You get a seal here and a seal there. And there goes Ahman Green delivering a nasty stiff arm. Now dropping back the passes. Brett Favre going to find Big Bubba Franks. Trust your tight end. And he picks up a 1st down there. Then 3rd and 2. The Titans have seen enough. One of the smallest men on the field, Samari Rolle, gets to stop on Ahman Green on 3rd and 2, and the Packers would have to settle for a field goal. So here comes the Titans, 3rd down and 6, down by 3, and they're going to find Drew Bennett. The UCLA Bruin makes the catch right there. McNair looking downfield on 3rd and 7, and it's going to be bouncing off of the hands of his intended receiver, Bennett. So he came through on the last 3rd down, but on that 3rd down, no bueno. And then Albert Haynesworth, a motivated Albert Haynesworth, could be one of the best D tackles to do it. He gets a sack there. McNair over the middle, going to find Big Kenny, and that's going to result in a 1st down as they cross the 1st down marker by the heads of their chinny chin chin. Then McNair to the air. Drew Bennett is like, trust me, I got you, and he does got it. He got the ball. He got a 1st down. 2nd down and goal. Eddie George. Hannibal is there. He's like, forget Clarice, I want Eddie. 3rd and goal, they give it to him again, and Hannibal is there to stop him just an inch shy of the touchdown. So they got to settle for 3. Kick is up, kick is good. So 3-3 here with 4:24 to go in the 2nd quarter. The Titans have the football again. They throw it up, and it's caught. Kenny has it inside the Packers, 40-yard line. So now McNabb going to hand the ball off to Eddie George. Breaking the tackle is Eddie, brought down by Hannibal. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 2. They give it to Eddie George, stopped in the backfield. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered because they would come down just to miss the field goal. Did all that work. And you're going to walk away with not a darn thing. So we have 2:56 on the clock. We go with a play fake. Favre looking left, throws it left. Going to find Donald Driver who makes the catch. Going to get brought down by Tank Williams and Dyson. And then Favre throws it and it's going to be picked off by Dyson. And Dyson is like, get out of my way. I'm taking this home to mama. To the crib he goes. Touchdown Titans. And just like that, this thing has been flipped on its head. The Titans are up by 7. Favre's going to roll right. Still in the second quarter. Going to fire it over the middle. Caught by Ferguson, who's played very well in the absence of Javon Walker. Javon should be back next week for the Detroit Lions game. Now Favre takes a shot deep. Going to be caught. Donald Driver is loose. And Donald Driver takes us inside the Titans' 30-yard line. But now it's 3rd down and 10. 47 seconds on the clock. Brett Favre doing Brett Favre type things. Gonna find Donald Driver inside the 10. 3rd and goal. 20 seconds on the clock. Slant route by Driver. Favre puts it between the 8 and the 0. I mean, it had to be caught. You don't catch that, something is wrong with you. So just 14 seconds on the clock. They run the ball with Eddie George. And I'm like, yo, somebody make the tackle, and Sharper does get up to him and brings him down out of bounds, so they're probably in striking distance for a Hail Mary. McNair throws it deep, is not going to get to the end zone, is picked off by Barnett. And that's going to do it for the first half of play. The numbers are fairly even, except when it comes to the passing attack. We've been doing our thing there, and we are in a tie ball game at 10 apiece. Boomer's primetime play, or halftime hero, I should say, is going to be Donald Driver. 4 catches, 93 yards, plus a touchdown. You got to love it. So we get the ball first to start the second half. That pass caught by Ferguson, brought down by Tank Williams, and that's a 1st down. They're going to do some good blocking up front, and Armand Green's going to do some good running behind it. Picks up a big gain, runs over Tank Williams out of Stanford. We get the ball to Green again, still playing bully ball with that Titans defense as he runs over Albert Haynesworth. Now Favre dropping back, rolls left, throws it deep, and it's caught by Donald Driver. I think they're going to name a street after him around Lambeau Field. Looking downfield, Favre throws it. It's going to be caught and then dropped by Bubba Franks. A big hit knocks that one loose. But we are in field goal range. The kick is up. The kick is good. Longwell knocks it home. Good job by the offense. Good job by our kicker. And then a bad job here. We force it to Schulters. One problem, he plays for the Titans. We were actually looking for Armand Green. That play worked so well versus the Colts. But this ain't the Colts. And Schulters walk away with the INT. Face mask on the offense. Puts them closer to midfield. 2nd down and 10. Eddie's the deep back. They're going to run the ball here. And there goes Eddie. And he gets brought down after a pickup of 6, 4th quarter action. McNair letting it fly, and that pass is caught. And that was an absolute strike. And remember, they're doing this without their best pass catcher and Derek Mason, who's out. They're going to throw it to the left side, picked off by Carroll. Then he gets popped, the ball comes loose, and they recover it. So the Titans get the ball back. Drew Bennett was Johnny on the spot. And now McNair throws it, and it's caught at the goal line. They're going to say it's a touchdown. So the Titans are back up in this. We're going to keep it on the ground with Armand Green. Armand Green is like, get out of my way, to the 40, to the 45. We try to get a stiff arm on Schulters. 25 is Tank Williams. I apologize. Schulters is 31. I should know that. Looking downfield, that pass going to be caught by Ferguson. Ferguson brought down by Williams there. And Brett Favre, 236 passing, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. He came in with 5 touchdowns, 5 picks today. Looking downfield, Favre has a man open, but it's behind our intended receiver, Henderson. So he will go for the field goal. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So we got to stop him from picking up enough 1st downs to milk the clock. 2 tight ends, Eddie George, Eddie, not Reggie, picks up a 1st down. They get the ball to Eddie again. Eddie weaving through traffic, but then he gets brought down after a pickup of just 2. 2nd down and 8. They get the ball to Eddie George one more time, and we shut it down. So 3rd down and 5. Draw play to Eddie George, and the defense is all over it. We get a stop. So we have one timeout left. Minute 35 on the clock. Can we get in field goal range? Favre throws it. Caught by Ferguson. First down, Green Bay Packers. Minute 15 on the clock. Favre dropping back, looking for Ferguson again. When we get Walker back, this receiving core is going to be absolutely filthy. Looking over the middle, taking a shot deep to Amon Green. Brett Favre put it where only his guy could make the play, and make the play he done did. We're going to take a shot to the right side. Caught by Ferguson inside the 10. They're going to call some timeouts. It don't matter. We got 2 seconds on the clock. Kick is up. Kick is good. And the Green Bay Packers have won the football game 19-17. One of the better games of the season so far. And passing-wise for Steve McNair, not that great. Rushing for Eddie George is 87 yards there. Davenport just 8. I mean, we ain't going to talk about that. But Green, over 100 yards. Schulters with 13 tackles. Tank Williams with 10 of those things. Player of the game, Donald Driver had 2 more catches since we got to the second half. 130 yards total and a touchdown. So here we go. Week number 5 is now in the books. Let's wrap it up. Let's see what happened around the league. Boomer, get out my seat. This is my show. So let's recap week number 5 in the NFL. Washington, they beat the Ravens, and that's their second straight win of the season. Ravens are 3-2. Washington is 2-3. The Steelers, they beat the Browns, and the Browns, they have lost a handful in a row now. Chargers, they would fall to the Jacksonville Jaguars. LaDainian Thompson, 83 yards and a touchdown, and a loss. Jimmy Smith, a $105 and a touchdown. Then you got the Patriots. They would beat up on the Dolphins. 3-1 are the Patriots, 1-4 are those Dolphins. Brady, 297 yards passing plus a touchdown. There's been a trade. The Cardinals, they get Kerry, and the Dolphins get Ronaldo Hill. So now let's go back to Lambeau Field for a recap of our game, and it started off not so good. We would end up throwing a pick 6. Dyson was like, get out of my way, and this right here would put the Titans up 10-3. But then we would get our act together. But first, Steve McNair and the boys would drive down. They would be in scoring range, and they would score right here to put themselves up 17-10. But then we remember we had Amon Green. Last year he ran for over 1,800 yards. This year he's averaging over 4.6 yards a carry. Big time run right here. Took it from our 20 to the 45-yard line. We would tack on the field goal there. Then last drive of the game, and Favre's going to throw it to who? Amon Green. He can run it. He can catch it. He can walk the dog, water the grass, and fix you a nice pitcher of lemonade. The Packers will get the win 19-17. We are 3-2. The Titans are 2-3. Broncos, they would get the win over the Panthers. They are 2-3. The Panthers are 2-2. The Cowboys over those G-men. The G-men lose back-to-back weeks. They lost to us as well. The Colts would beat up on the Raiders. Colts are 4-1. Let's travel to the Meadowlands. The New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Chad Pennington throwing gifts is picked off. Is that Nate Clements? I believe it is. He's going to take it to the crib with a pick 6. No, that's Vincent. Excuse me. Number 23, not number 22. That's Troy Vincent with the INT there. Willis McGahee had a touchdown and 80 yards rushing. The Saints over the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are 3-2. Saints are moving on to 4-1. The Falcons keep winning as they beat up on the Detroit Lions, who we play next. Warwick Dunn, 96 yards and a touchdown. The Rams and the Seahawks maybe played in the game of the week. Rams beat the Seahawks by just 1. It's always a good time when the big boss, Randy Moss, is in the highlight. Dante Culpepper prepared to get your roll on. Throws it up to Randy Moss, the big boss. Look at the grab. Look at the Moss job. And that's going to result in a touchdown. The Vikings are 3-1. They're on top of the NFC North. We are second place. Niners over the Cardinals. Cardinals still looking for their first win of the season. Harrison, Brady are your plays of the week. And also Dyson and Marshall Faulk. It seems like every week, whoever we play is going to have one guy being in Boomer's prime time players. And so far, that has been the case even this past week. Hopefully, it won't happen here. We're taking the Detroit Lions. We get the football first. We throw it, and it's caught by Holmes, but he's no homie of mine. He's going to pick off Brett Favre, and the Detroit Lions take over. Joey Harrington, looking like the first-round pick he was supposed to be. Roy Williams styling and profiling into the end zone. The rookie out of Texas coming through with a catch and a touchdown. He's like, everybody look at me. 3rd down and 6. Looking downfield, we throw it. It's going to be in and out of the hands of Donald Driver. That will be a regular occurrence. Drop passes in this one. We're going to have to overcome it, though. That's Rudy Johnson. Number 37 in your program, number 1 in your heart. And look at Rudy taking this one deep into Packers territory. Toss play to Rudy Johnson again. Gets away from Sehorn. Breaks another tackle. Then finally forced out of bounds by Sharper. 2nd down and inches. They keep it on the ground. He might be the best back they've had since Barry Sanders. That's going to result in a 1st down. 3rd down and 11. 4-man rush by Green Bay. They throw it up. It's caught by Hakeem. Got brought down by the face mask. It's going to be a personal foul, but they're in the end zone, so the touchdown is what they care about. 14-0, Detroit Lions on top. And then Davenport runs straight into a brick wall that knocks the ball loose, scoop, and score. Detroit is up 21-0. They're trying to stunk us up off the sticks. Looking downfield is Brett Favre. He's going to get sacked. Wilkinson has double-digit sacks this season. Big Daddy Wilkinson. Like he was supposed to be like a Warren Sapp, Aaron Donald, whoever you want to put right there. Mean Joe Green, you know what I mean? John Randall, and you know. But did you see the numbers for Favre? 0 of 6 to start things up with a pick. 0 for 6 with a pick. That's not a good look, and Joey Harrington can't miss. Gonna find Rodgers there. That's a 1st down. They're gonna find Ty Streets over to the left side. That's a 1st down. Who needs to draft Megatron in the future when you got these receivers making plays like this? And then they throw it to the back of the end zone. Rodgers has it. It's 28-0 in the 1st quarter. Oh, but good thing we got Brett Favre, who's known for the comeback. That pass caught by Javon Walker. That's our 1st completion of the afternoon. It comes at the end of the 1st quarter. Brett Favre throws it over the middle, caught by Ferguson. It's so good to have Ferguson, Walker, and Driver all healthy. Looking downfield, getting sacked again. Big Daddy Wilkinson. Again, 10+ sacks already this season. That pass caught by Bubba Franks. Big hit, but he hangs on to the football, and that's a 1st down. Favre rolls left. Gonna get hit again. Can we get some protection? Torrey Holt's brother with the sack right there. Then they get the ball to Rudy. And Rudy's like, get out of my way. I got reservations for a big play. 1st and 10. Harrington dropping back, throws it over the middle. Another beautiful catch by the Michigan State Spartan Rodgers. 1st and 10. Harrington gonna throw it up, and it's picked off by Al Harris. We needed somebody to come up big, and Al Harris is like, don't worry, coach, I got your back. We don't want to give up a safety, though. So from inside our own 5, we're going to run the ball with Amon Green. It takes about 2 guys to bring him down, but they do bring him down shy of the 1st down. 3rd and inches, we get the ball to Amon Green, able to weave through traffic and pick up a 1st down there. So it's 1st down and 10. Play fake. Brett Favre looking. Brett Favre throwing it. Caught by Walker. He's loose. 45 and brought down a yard or 2 shy of the 50-yard line. Brett Favre rolls left. He's going to stop. He's going to pop. Going to find Driver. Driver takes a big hit by Dre Bly. Dre Bly, 25 tackles, 2 of them for loss this season. He's much more than a wannabe shutdown corner. We're going to step up. We throw it over the middle. Caught by Walker. And now we're starting to see some momentum pick up. Our passing the game is hitting its stride. We're looking like a well-oiled machine. And then we find Javon Walker. Again, it's so good to have him back. And we find the end zone. Looking like Sterling Sharp from back in the day. So 28-7 to score. We would get the ball back. 42 seconds on the clock just to get sacked and fall back. Bailey gets to the quarterback there for his 1st sack of the season. 2nd down and 15. Favre launches it deep, and it's caught by Ferguson. The gunslinger, we're going to need you to be gunslingery today. Looking downfield, Favre lets it fly, and that pass caught by Walker in between 3 defenders. Oh, it's looking good. Favre, left side to Chapman. His 1st touchdown reception of the season. And we do a nice job of cutting the lead down to 14. Passing attack has lit it up. Rushing attack, leaving some to be desired. However, I don't know how much we're going to try to run the ball when we only got a half left to try to come back. And so far, the Lions been able to do it through the air and on the ground today. Their prime time player for the 1st half is not for them. It's for us. Javon Walker, welcome back. 5 catches, $112, and a touchdown. So Rudy Johnson, 97 yards on the ground with 13 carries. They're going to go to him? No, they're going to put it in the air, and they put it to Roy Williams. The Texas Longhorn is gone. Touchdown, Detroit. And the Lions are back up by 20. The PAT will be just as good as this lady's flips, and it's going to be 21-point lead for the Detroit Lions. Can their defense protect it? Can Brett Favre obliterate it? He gets obliterated. Big sack right there. That's the ex-Packer who gets to him in Johnson. Then we go down again, and guess who it is? It's Johnson. Like what is happening? We could not block these boys up front. Is this the 85 Bears looking downfield, going to check it deep? And Brett Favre's, his right arm is pretty amazing. Gonna find Ferguson down the left sideline for a first down. Brett Favre dropping way back. Now he chucks it downfield. Caught by Driver, and we're inside the Detroit 30. Gotta score as many touchdowns as you can, as quickly as you can. Gonna find Ferguson again, and we're inside the 10. Can we get a stop? Or can we not get stopped? Can we find the end zone? Yes, we can. Bubba Frank's in for 6. So touchdown Green Bay. We're back down by 14. We really could use a stop here. They throw it. Sharper is like, give me that. Pick going the other way. Sharper brought down at the 34-yard line in Lions territory. We'll drive down to the 3. Get the ball to Amon Green. Amon Green finds the end zone, and the Green Bay Packers cut it to 7. One of the better games of the season. Going to come down hopefully to the wire, and hopefully we get the W. But they're going to throw it. It's caught. I believe that's Alexander's 83, I believe. And that's going to be a first down for the Detroit Lions. 37 is the deep back. He gets it. And he's going to run this one right up the middle. And Rudy Johnson going to pick up a first down. To give it to him here again. Turns the corner behind some good blocking. Forced out of bounds by Sharper and Harris. And that's another chain move. And then we send a blitz, and Barnett gets in there for the sack. So can that cool off their passing attack? Second down and 16. They're going to go to the air. We get some good pressure. They throw it up top, and look at this catch. Ridiculous. Able to get a knee down in bounds. Roger having a game of his life. They throw it to the left side to Ty Streets. Tight coverage by Harris, and we get the stop there. But they are on field goal range. So the kick is up. Kick is good by Hanson. We've been tossing the ball all over the field. Can Brett Favre bring us back some more? Down by 10. We throw it. Caught by Bubba Franks. Gets upfield with the quickness, and that's a chain mover. Time starting to tick, tick, tick away. Second down. Looking downfield. Favre under some pressure. First down. And that pass bobbled and caught by Walker. And we've taken into Detroit territory. Third down and 3 with 5:25 on the clock. Can we keep our drive alive? Favre rolls left. Throws it, and it's broken up. So we would decide to try a long field goal, and the accuracy was just not there. The power was, but the accuracy again was lacking there. So third down and 8, up by 10. Detroit keeps it on the ground. Get your fullbacks involved, but we're there for the stop. So now it's going to be 38-28 with us with the football, with a chance to come back and another sack. His third sack of the game. If he played like this, he would have been an all-time great. Looking downfield as Brett Favre throws. No, he's not going to throw it. He gets sacked by Bell. Another sack for him. And the Detroit Lions would take over. Third and goal. They give it to Rudy Johnson, who finds the end zone. So now it's a little bit more desperate of a situation, down 28-45, but we're going to find Donald Driver on 4th and 7. That's a first down. Dropping back as Brett Favre steps up, gets rocked. Redding with the sack. 4th and 18. Brett Favre rolls right, throws it up top, triple coverage, and that pass will fall incomplete. And the Detroit Lions protect Ford Field and get the win over the Packers. We threw the ball all over the field. 398 yards passing, there's 46 yards rushing. I mean, again, when you're down that much, you're probably not going to run the ball, especially when we really couldn't get stops on defense. Amon Green, again, we're playing a lot better than I thought that we would, because y'all know in this game, I struggle to run the ball on legendary difficulty. You put it on all pro or whatever the second level is, right below legendary, I kill. Like, get out my way, but legendary is just a struggle. Anyways, man, Favre did his thing. He did everything that we could in that second half to try to come back, but we kept on giving up touchdowns. The first drive for the Detroit Lions, ended with a touchdown to Roy Williams. And then we would get some stops, though. We would get some things to go our way. That interception would lead to Ahman Green going right up the gut, north and south, for a Green Bay touchdown. And that will actually cut the lead down to just 7. So we had our chances. We had our opportunities. But then the Detroit Lions continued to apply that pressure. This catch, ridiculous. That would lead to a kick by Hansen. That would be a up and good field goal. So we were down by 10, and then Walker was like, I got us. Don't worry about it. And then that drive right there, I believe, would end with a touchdown, I want to say. But then we couldn't stop Rudy Johnson, who would find the end zone. And yeah, that was basically all she wrote at that moment in time. Bell had 4 sacks, Wilkerson with 3, Johnson with 2, all played for the Detroit Lions. So it was Sack City. We did try to make a little bit of a run here in the late stages of the ball game, but ultimately it was just too little, too late. And the Detroit Lions, we will see y'all in Lambeau Field, and we're going to be getting our revenge, especially on you, Joy Harrington. And no smiling. Well, he's all smiles today with Susie. How you doing, Susie? He was 10 of 24 for 228 and 4 touchdowns. Not a bad stat line when you consider the touchdowns. That's going to do it, though. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do hope that the rest of the day is the best of the day. Tweet me again, my friends. Peace, love. Hot sauce.